So I just picked up something really cool, and this little thing in my pocket right here is the HOVERAir X1 PROMAX. It has a lot of things going for it actually. For one, it can shoot 8K, you can do 4K, 120 frames per second. Also, I mean, just look how small this thing is. It can easily fit in the palm of my hand, and took it out of my pocket. That's how portable this thing is. The main thing that people know HOVERAir for is the fact that this thing can track you and follow you wherever you go. It makes action sports and things like skiing or skateboarding or anything like that just that much better, because you don't need to hold on to a camera. You don't need any mounts. This thing just follows you. All that sounds really promising, but let's take a closer look. So it looks like before you can actually use it, you have to download the app. So let me go ahead and do that. All right, so it's saying, position the camera towards your face. All right, that's towards my face. Short press to take off. All right, this is a short press. All right, nothing's happening. I think one of the things that I'm really impressed with was its ability to deal with the wind. Honestly, it was like not windy at all at first, and then that wind started to pick up, and you can hear like the motor kind of doing a little bit of overtime work. So with this X1 Pro Max, you obviously don't need a controller, but if you do want to get your experience to go up a level, they do actually have a controller. Just kind of playing around with it for my first time, I feel like there's just a lot to kind of cover, but first impressions wise, it's really cool. I love the different modes that you can choose from, and the app integration is really cool as well. The HOVERAir app, I think, is probably the best feature of this device, and especially because it is something that's meant to follow you around. So there's no real controller for it unless you go and upgrade to the beacon. Just the app itself, I think you have so much control over the phone. I think it's better if I just show you than tell you. It's pretty easy to set up. All you need to do is get on the app and turn on the drone, and that's pretty much it. You can just hit connect. Once you go into hover settings, it shows all of the different shooting modes that you can do with this device. Dolly track, I think, is really cool. It's one of my favorites. It's the drone being able to shoot pretty much around you, not just from behind. So up front, in the side, from the back. But yeah, you can get drone shots that you can't really get from any other drone. I don't know any other drone that can do a dolly track like that, but yeah, it's really, really cool. And I really like the manual control portion as well. So not only can you have it just follow you around, if you want to control it like, you know, a pretty normal drone, then you can do that as well. And that's where this little beacon comes in handy. You can see what's going on this little screen right here, but if you have access to a phone and you want to utilize this big screen to use as a control center, then you can do that as well, which I prefer. I ain't gonna lie, I'm pretty nervous to do this. It's actually getting pretty far out there, which is crazy. So right now I'm about 130 meters out, and I'm starting to see that weak signal sign, fly with caution. So I'm thinking about pulling back a little bit because I just don't want to lose it. Okay, so that's cool. So I did lose the signal, but the cool thing is that once the signal was lost, it automatically started coming back. I had to put the glasses on because the sun is just, but it actually does register a home point before it takes off in flight. So at least you know you're not losing your drone when you send it out. This is definitely gonna be something I'm gonna always take with me because I just need a small drone, and this actually shoots really, really well. These two hand in hand, like, it's the perfect combo. I don't know if you'll necessarily need it, especially if you just wanna like a drone to follow you, and you know, if you run and you want it to pick up when you're running or cycling or anything like that. Action sport wise, I would just stick to this if you're thinking about just the drone. But if you do want to try and get more cinematic shots, then you're definitely going to need this beacon tool right here, because you you just can't get that without a controller. These are definitely coming with me on my next trip, and I guess just any vlogs that I make on this YouTube channel, because it's just really easy to shoot with this. So I feel like anytime I try to get B-roll shots, this drone is probably going to be the perfect tool for that. I think there's definitely some flaws that I've noticed on this HOVERair. And for me in particular, for one, it can only track people. I really wanted to try and track like my car. Keep in mind, it does only go up to about 25 miles per hour, but still it would have been a cool shot to kind of just catch my car moving. I tried using it to track my car with the window down so it could try and recognize my face, but I ended up just smashing it. And to its benefit, I mean, it still held up pretty well. You don't really see any scratches or anything like that. But yeah, I do wish that it would pick up cars. That'd be really cool. Image quality wise, I do own the DJI Mini 3 Pro. I think that's what it's called, but I think image quality wise, it is a little better. This being more so made for tracking you, which that other one can do. Kind of workaround, you'd have to use the app, and it doesn't work as well as this one. Personally, I do think I had a lot of fun with this drone, and I don't even think I'm like their target audience because I don't really do anything action sports worthy. I would say I kind of dabble in videography and cinematography, learning how to make, you know, cinematic videos. This is a perfect tool for that, and I think that's the most fun I've had with this. Literally, it was snowing like yesterday, and I got some footage with that too. And that's another thing that impressed me, is being able to film while it was snowing. You're definitely gonna see shots from this on my next vlog. Can't wait to go somewhere extremely scenic for a trip so I can take this with me. But yeah, man, let me know if you guys would cop the HOVERair X1 PROMAX. It's definitely one of my favorite devices that I've checked out on this channel. But if you want, I will have it linked in the description so you can check it out for yourself. Yeah, let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.